Well, it seems like nothing's going to be easy this year, but I'm proud of the fact that these guys came out with better effort and competed hard and found a way to win a game that at times we made very difficult. But it's just where we are right now. It's where we're trying to get out of. We're trying to get out of that space. But I'm proud of our young men that get themselves up with a day here off of the deck and to play a team that we knew was going to be very scrappy. They really attacked the glass, and that was the reason why they really stayed in that game with the 21 offensive rebounds and the fact that we had the turnovers the way we did. But we found a way, and we're going to just try to keep building from here.
Questions? They had a lot of offensive rebounds, but no misses a free throw, and you guys get that offensive rebound with about 20 seconds
Yeah.
left. How big is that offensive rebound?
It's huge. It's huge because we were able to make a play and to finish a game. So many times this season we have stood and watched things happen to us rather than make things happen for us, and that was an example of making something happen for us by getting that offensive rebound and tipping it back.
Yeah, the last minute of regulation, you had a three-point lead, but there's a turnover, a missed free throw, an air ball on the last shot, and an offensive rebound on their part to tie the game and force overtime. What happened that last minute?
I can't explain it. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, there's things that have been happening this year I have no explanation for other than it happened. That's probably the truthful answer. I have no explanation for why some of those things have happened or why it happened that way. But we were able to figure out a way in overtime to get it done. And the key, I thought, to overtime was our first two possessions of getting the ball inside and finally getting some plays inside the paint.
That's my next question. Kelm scores that first shot. I don't know if you're aware, but that was 9 minutes without a field goal.
Right. Yeah. I wasn't aware of that. I knew it was close to that. But again, we've had these droughts during the season, throughout this season, and this game we were able to overcome it.
James, you win, and it's good to look back on the play, but your rebound pass at half court gets picked off, but you end up getting a rebound, and then you end up making 2 free throws as a result. So kind of, in a funny way, that bad pass ended up working out pretty well for you.
Yeah, it did work out. But I kind of had a mental lapse there, but I knew there's nothing I could do about it after. I just had to go down there, and they shot the shot. So the next best thing I could do is get a rebound. So.
And usually people will be like, "Oh, I'm glad so-and-so teammate made those free throws and covered for me," but you actually were the one that got to make those free throws and make up for the mistake. How fortunate were you to be able to do that?
It felt good. Helped me forget about the turnover. It was, I don't know, it was just a little mental lapse on my part, though.
And Coach, if you could just talk about they have more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. I know it was an issue last game. At least you won, but it's still got to concern you.
Well, I think part of that is first of all we're making a miss to start those shots, so that's positive. Now I try to at least find a positive out of these things. Now for us, again, it's about getting bodies on people, and it's a work in progress. And we are on these young men, and they are on themselves to do it, but they're just not quite getting it done. So we're just going to stay on them, and hopefully by having a little success, that things will come a little more natural for them. And these guys have been playing basketball most of their lives. And from the time you play biddy ball to now, every coach that they've had has told them the same thing. Shot goes up, get a body on your man, and box out. So they know it. Now we have to get them to do it.
Coach, you guys were sent to the free throw line 40 times. Now, do you see that as more of an advantage because you guys are actually getting the line, or a disadvantage because the free throw shooting could use some work? What do you feel about
It's never a disadvantage to get to the free throw line because I thought the key tonight was getting a few of their guys off of the court and keeping them off the court with fouls. So there's a positive to that. And there's going to be games where we make them. And I thought tonight we shot 72%. That's pretty good for us. But, of course, we have Demetrius Harris who is struggling from the free throw line. But you know what? The kid works so hard. He tries to give us what he can, and he gave us one free throw tonight. That helped us win. I mean, if he doesn't make that one free throw, maybe that shot at the end on the rebound puts the other team up by 1. So, but shooting 72% from the line is good for us right now. We're always improving, but it got guys in foul trouble, so we have to continue to do that.
You guys knocked down 8 threes in the first half, but you were just 1 of 12 in the second half in overtime. What are your thoughts on three-point shooting?
Yeah, that's just how it goes, and we don't worry about that. We were getting, as long as we're getting the types of shots that we want, and for the most part, I thought we were getting those. They went zone. We had Austin Aarons, who was a young man that can make shots for us. Yeah, I thought he had 3 good looks. He just didn't make them. I thought the shot that we had at the end was a great look. We just didn't make it. So I like the types of shots that we're getting from behind the arc. We just can't be discouraged when we miss them.
Coach or James, whoever has a better answer, when Kellen blocked the shot and then Aaron threw it up to Harris for the alley, did that help you guys? Did that give you some energy going into the last part of the game, even into overtime? Because I think the fans really got going after.
That's the key. I mean, it's fun for the fans. It's exciting. We're trying to create some type of excitement. We haven't done that with our play as of late. So we're just trying to do whatever we can to get back that excitement. And I'm still very optimistic about this team. We just have to get ourselves out of this cloud that we're under, and plays like that help.
Well, James, by that cloud that we've been under, it's been 3 weeks since the Davidson game. I mean, did you guys, after Wednesday, kind of approach this game differently as players? Like, did you guys get together and decide that this was going to be, that things needed to change after Wednesday night?
I know that we focused on as a team, like picking each other up. That's something that kind of you can lose when you're in a little drought or whatever. But I think that's something we really focused on, was coming together, making sure we're huddling up in plays and picking each other up, because we're all we got out there. So I think that's something that we really focused on since the last game.